How's it going, guys, and welcome back to FM Scout. This is ABTFM, and today we are going to talk about the clubs that have the biggest budget outside the top 5 leagues, including the Portuguese League, Danish League, Turkish League, and so on. Well, due to the COVID situation, you will realize that most of the clubs have lesser transfer budget than ever in Football Manager 21. For example, in the Premier League, Arsenal only have around £4 million to start with. Well, today we will be looking at the clubs that are outside the top 5 leagues, and I will tell you which clubs have got bigger budget than others. Not necessarily a huge budget, but they are the clubs with most budget in their specific league. Well, before we start the video, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the bell to get notified so you wouldn't miss out any of our video. Without further ado, let's jump straight into the first club on this. Let's start from the Portuguese League. The richest club in the Portuguese Premier League is SC Braga. While Braga finished third in the Portuguese Premier League last season and qualified for the Europa League this season. Since 2014-15, the Portuguese club has been doing pretty well in the league, finished between 5th to 3rd position in 6 consecutive years. The media predict them to finish 4th this season, behind Porto, Benfica and Sporting Lisbon. While in the bank itself, they have £3 million of transfer budget, with around 200,000 of the wage budget as well. In terms of the players, they do have some notable players like the Portuguese attacker Ricardo Horta, Portuguese striker Paulinho, and some other players like André Horta, Galeno, Nuno Sequeira, and so on. £3 million might not be a huge budget compared to other big clubs. However, I believe if you spend it wisely, you could get yourself some good players and strengthen your squad. Challenge your league title and try your best in the Europa League. Next up, we move to Russia. Dynamo Moscow is a team that we are looking at in the Russian Premier League. While last season, Dynamo Moscow finished 6th in the league and qualified for the Europa League as well. Having promoted to the first division in 17-18 season, Dynamo Moscow is doing pretty well in the first division in recent years. The media do predict them to finish at the 6th position again this year. However, they do have £22 million of transfer budget and around £500,000 of wage budget waiting in the bank. While Dynamo Moscow players are not that bad at all, the Croatian midfielder Nikola Moro is certainly the best player in the team. Sylvester Igbon, Nikolai Kimlonchenko, and the ex-Tottenham player Clinton Anjay can also form a dangerous attacking force. Although there are some tough teams in the leagues like Zenit, Shakhtar Moscow, Lokomotiv Moscow, but I believe Dynamo Moscow can potentially win the title as well. Moving on, the next club on the list is KRC Genk from the Belgium Pro League A. Well, I believe I pronounced the name wrongly. It sounds like Henk, but yeah, I'm just going to call it Genk. And Genk won the Belgium League back in 2018 and 19 season, but they only managed to finish 7th last season. They failed to qualify in any European competition, which means you only have to focus on the league itself. The media predict Genk to finish at the 3rd position at the end of the season with £18 million of transfer budget and £300,000 of wage budget waiting for you. You can certainly bring in some great players to the squad. Right now, in the team, you have got players like Paul Onuachu, the tall and strong striker, Joachim Malay, the talented fullback, the experienced Australian goalkeeper Danny Vukovic, and the Japanese international Yunja Ito. Since there's no European competition for you in this season, why not just focus the league and try to win the cup? Try to win a double and bring those trophies to the fans. Let's go to the Eredivisie, and undoubtedly the richest club in the Eredivisie is Ajax. While the Dutch giant has been performing really well in the European competition recent years, reaching the semi-final in the 18-19 season. They also produced a bunch of great and young players recently like Frankie de Jong, Matthias de Ligt, Donny van de Beek, and so on. They did sell lots of incredible players this season. For example, Hakim Ziyech was sold to Chelsea, Donny van de Beek left for Manchester United, Serginho Dest left for Barcelona and the experienced defender Joel Veltman went to Brighton. However, Ajax did bring in the Brazilian wonderkid Anthony to the club, Davy Klaassen from Werder Bremen, and some notable youngsters that are ready for the first team football, for example Ryan Gravenberch. Ajax have £45 million of transfer budget and £500,000 of wage budget in the bank, having incredible players like Andre Onana, Dusan Tadic, Nicolas Tagliafico, Quincy Promes, and so on. I don't see why not trying to go to the latter stage in the Champions League this season, and I believe you could win the Eredivisie easily. But the question is, can you win them another Champions League trophy? The next club on the list is the Turkish club Fenerbahce. To be honest, they are not doing well recently. Their last league title was back in 2013-14 season, and they only finished 7th in the last season. The media predict them to finish 4th in the league, and with £11 million of transfer budget to spend, I believe that is achievable. They did not qualify for any European competition this season, which means you can fully focus on the league itself. The new signing from Aston Villa, Mbwana Samanta, is a good addition in the attacking force. You also have the Turkish midfielder Mert Yandas supporting him from the midfield, not to mention the powerful centre-back Serdar Aziz and the experienced defensive midfielder Luis Gustavo. I believe you can take over the fallen giant and challenge for the title, beat Galatasaray and Başakşehir, and crown as the Turkish champion. Next up, we go to Austria, the club that produced the incredible strike force Hwang Hee-chan, Takumi Minamino, and Erling Haaland. RB Salzburg has been dominating the Austrian league since 2013-14 season. Of course, they are in the Champions League again this season. Although 3 of their best players have left the team, they still have a bunch of talented players like Dominik Szoboszlai, who will be joining RB Leipzig very soon, the talented young striker Patson Daka, and the Swiss winger Noah Okafor, and the young German striker Karim Adeyemi. They do have £18 million of transfer budget and around £300,000 of wage budget for you to spend. I'll suggest maybe try your best to bring them to the later stage of the Champions League, as there will be no problem for you to win the league again. Make yourself a legend at the club and try your best to win them the Champions League someday. The next club we look at is Shakhtar, the champions in Ukraine. After beating Real Madrid in real life, people realize that they are actually a strong squad in the Ukrainian league. They have been winning the league since 2016-17 season, established themselves as the best Ukraine team in recent years. Looking at the current squad, they have players like Eugene Konoplyanka, the Ukrainian defensive midfielder Taras Sepaknenko, Brazilian left back Ismaili, and the experienced Brazilian winger Tyson. They have £7 million of transfer budget and £350,000 of wage budget in the bank. You could use the money to strengthen your squad and challenge for the Champions League. Again, it might be difficult for you to win the UCL straight away, but try your best and bring them into the latter stage in the tournament and try to win the trophy someday. Last but not least, we have a Danish team, FC Copenhagen. The Danish club finished 2nd in the league last season, missed the chance to qualify for the Champions League. However, they do qualify for the Europa League, and the media predict them to finish top in the league at the end of the season, right above their rival FC Midtjylland. FC Copenhagen have got £5.5 million of transfer budget and £280,000 of wage budget in the bank. In terms of the players, they have the ex-Huddersfield defender Matthias Jorgensen, the box-to-box midfielder Zeka, and the Danish attacking midfielder Rasmus Falk, and the Danish attacker Victor Fischer. I believe it should be a fun challenge if you play with FC Copenhagen, as you will have to fight with Midtjylland in the league for the title, and try to be competitive in the Europa League as well. Well, anyways, these are the clubs that have bigger transfer budget outside the top 5 leagues. Well, let me know in the comment section down below if you manage one of these teams before. Which club do you think it's challenging? Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and that's all from me today. I am ABTFM, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.